It's silly girl that left me. But it is I got my senses.
Hey, what's going on? 20. I'm filling in for Tyson right now. He's running a little bit late right now on 30 and Up, doing us here at IntellectualRadio.com. You can call in at 223 8953. Today we're gonna have an interesting show for you guys to fill in for Tyson. We want to start off talking about the Cat Williams and Tiffany situation coming on in today's podcast. Uh, I think as a comedian myself, I think much love should be spread across the whole board between comics because as an up and coming comedian, it's hard lobbying for these spots until you get known, and then once you're known, you're supposed to look out for all the people who was in your corner came up. Um, per se, I know Tyson used to do comedy, and I think he do a little bit of sketch comedy still. I do sketch comedy, and I also do comedy. And when I tell you, as a comedian, when you get a lot of no's versus yes, it's kind of disheartening. And then once you reach the level as Tiffany has reached, it's kind of like rewarding sensation. And then once you get another comic in the same genre, kind of diminish that feeling. It's kind of disheartening. Um, Another topic we're going to talk about is going into the same dialect and the same concept of that. I would say a lot of comedians, it's a divide between comics. And I think comedians should work together. How Cat Williams and Tiffany, it just showed how on each level it's always a division between entertainers. And I think Chicago per se, from being here versus being down south doing comedy, we need to all get together and come together. Now it's a group that I'm involved in now, per se, that we all just getting together and showing love without expecting anything in return, and we all doing and helping each other. It's a each one teach one type of routine within this group, and I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed to come in and be a part of different comics within this group. It's about 10 of us from Chicago that's actually getting out here lobbying, doing shows, actually doing our skits, actually getting out here and meeting the people. To go back into the Tiffany Cat Williams situation, I heard him on the Breakfast Club, Kevin Hart and Tiffany, and then I heard Cat Williams before that. And just let me know in the comment section when Tyson get here when we go live on the Facebook group on different topics you guys want to hear us talk about. Going into another topic of mine, I was trying to do a poll between different type of movies, like per se on which type of movies that we want to say, like hood movies or whatnot. Different hood movies that you growing up on, like Boys in the Hood, Mental Society, different movies like Lean on Me and different movies like that. I want to do a bracket like that. So please let us know if you would be interested into watching the bracket or filling out a bracket and voting on which one would be a choice or which one would be a winner growing up. Different topics to talk about to go into what I'm into tonight. Tonight I will be doing stand up at T.O.'s. T.O.'s is actually on the west side of Chicago. As I pull up this information for you guys, you can catch me in action at T.O.'s on 5360 West Division Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60651. It's $10 for admission to come in, and it's gonna be a good time. I mean, my guy Chad Roby, he's hosting it. We have Tree, she's gonna be there. She's a funny comedian as well. And a bunch of other Chicago comedians from the South and the West Side is going to be there. So come out and get your laugh on a Good Friday. There's food there, there's drinks there. Just have a good time. But going up into another topic, Kanye West is actually in Chicago. He went on a little rant. I think what Kanye West is doing to turn this light around is really good. The rant he had, I can see why any man would step up for their significant other. But outside of that rant that he had, I'm actually liking how he's grabbing the up and coming talent from Chicago and doing music with them. That's something we needed in Chicago all along. That's something that we needed to, grow like the South and like Atlanta and New York and different type of cities in the South that's coming together to wreak havoc and taking over the industry. I think Chicago needed that grab and that push. But I think it's just a blessing to just be up in disguise of how I'm just up here filling in for Tyson. Um, I'm loving the way that he's mentoring me on which way to go within comedy and which way to go in this entertainment world. And I'm just blessed to be a show. Um, Make sure you go follow 30 and Up doing us. If you're listening, you're not a part of the group, join the group. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. Follow me on IG, Patman220. Follow me on Facebook, Patrick Dickerson. Follow me on YouTube, Patman220. But to go back into another topic of mine, how about these Bears, man? These Bears been doing kind of wishy-washy. The first game was kind of crazy. They blew a big lead. I was shocked that they blew the league like they blew it. The turnaround, and then the second game, it was kind of up in the air, and I'm really excited about our Bears. Last season was not the season for us, but I'm kind of like a Dallas fan when it comes to the Chicago Bears. I'm hopeful every season. I want us to win. I'm positive about everything, and I can't wait to see what season we got in store. I'm ready to do my tailgating when the snow hit. I've been gone from Chicago so long that I've been missing the snow to get out there and tailgate the Soldier Field and go to the games. And I can't wait to the season to do that. Up and coming spotlight shows that I'm gonna be doing. Monday, I'm probably gonna most likely do Francis. That's just Nice spot on 75th. Tuesday, I'm not gonna do no comedy. Wednesday, I might be doing Leon Rogers at Bar 10 to do comedy there. Friday, I'm probably gonna be back at TO's again next Friday as well. Um, Also, I want to talk about Tyson Smith. His album is gonna come out in October. I'm been looking forward to that. I want to support him going into his album and his new future with this music industry. I can't wait to see what he got in store. I know a couple of songs he been playing up here. I've been filling those songs out, but I can't wait to actually get the album and dissect it. I'm one of those music heads who actually want to get the album and listen to it about a good 2 or 3 times before I make my prediction on that. If you listening to it, I think he got a lot of messages within the culture that we need within his music that can kind of get you over the struggle. As far as the songs that I heard, but to go back into a couple of topics that we talked about before, as far as the Trump situation on how he's doing, I think as far as going back into the Donald Trump situation, how he's doing in office, I really don't like what the administration is doing so far per se. Um, I think we need to impeach the man per se, personally. I can't wait until the next run and the next presidency open up, and I hope somebody with good sense come in and fix all this chaos. To go back on another topic, I think with all the police brutality and all that stuff going on, I think I'll play devil's advocate a little bit, going into how I think it's a lot of black officers that I know per se, who's normal people who's out here giving their life and trying to, protect and serve the right way. But then I know it's a lot of officers that's in the limelight that's doing all this killing. I think as a people, as a community, we need to go back to a community base and go back into each one, teach one, and doing neighborhood watches again, how the old folks used to do in the neighborhoods, and get it active in our community. A lot of youth centers was taken down, and I think youth centers need to come back. I know a couple of youth centers I did when I was living in Chicago at the time was YMCA. It was an upward basketball program that I was a part of. I also played sports through school, and we missing that. Like, I mean, it's a couple of football programs, it's a couple of basketball programs that you probably got to pay for, but all these programs that I was talking about was funded, government funded. It was through the government, through the city. You can go in off the streets free, and we don't have that anymore. I wish I was in a position to where I can write a grant or something and start a foundation to bring stuff that back to our youth, because I think by seeing a lot of youth on a corner after school, don't know what to do, just standing outside on the block, wasting idle time, I think that's the big problem in our society. But to talk about a couple of success that I'm getting, I got a video out right now on Facebook that's doing numbers. I want to thank everybody that's following me, that's going out and supporting everything I'm doing. You guys are a blessing to me, and I'm a blessing to you guys. I think a lot of artists forget that you guys make us, as far as the fans. Everything I'm doing, it wouldn't be possible without you guys in our corner and in my corner as well. So I want to thank y'all for that. Right now, one video I just put out a week ago is already at like 10,000 views. It's me and Shamika Finley. We do a relationship catalog on different scenarios that happen within relationships, and we're going to be working on some more skits and sketch comedy that's going to come along in the future. Today I'm supposed to be shooting as well right after the podcast. Shout out to comedian Marvin Berry for stepping up and pulling me and the whole team together to do a skit. We just did a skit for him. He got this whole skit about how he's a pastor and it's like a dirty pastor concept. Go check out his videos on Facebook at Marvin Berry and watch all his videos. But I was just watching the concept of how these shows is breaking down. I want to shout out to Real. He got his show coming out on the 30th of this month, actually. I'm looking forward to that. I saw the pilot. Tiffany's in that. Real is in that. Sinbad is in that. DC Young Fly is in the show. And the whole concept of him losing his wife to go into losing it by his barber, that's kind of funny per se. And it's kind of like a real life situation. And it's a real life situation that turned into a comedy drama. And I'm looking forward to that show to air out. I saw the pilot, and I'm very, very, very excited to watch that. Other shows and topics that I've been watching that's kind of relating to different scenarios throughout my life and throughout what I see on a day-to-day basis is this show called Insecure. I'm really feeling that show coming in. Basically, how you got Isha and then you got Lawrence. Lawrence, those are the main characters that's been going together, breaking off and on. I ain't gonna spoil it too much, but just know it's an exciting show to watch. But we about to take an intermission.
Still got my senses. The silly girl that left me. But at least I got my senses. So I will not let it tense me. For I still got my senses. I would have felt alone, abandoned and destroyed when she left. If it wasn't for the cannabinoids, take a lift for the spliff, and I have to rejoice. I'm actually glad she's gone. She was mad and annoyed. I don't know where she is, and it truly don't matter. I'ma roll one up, and the next one will be fatter. I'ma find a new girl, and her ass will be fatter. I got weed now, so I'm a happy camper. It could have been hard when we broke up, but I still got OG Kush to smoke up. She was fine. I was sad to see her go, but I'll be fine. I got some hash to blow. It's the nigga that left me. For the kids, I got my senses. So I will not let it stress me. Cause I still got my senses. The silly girl that left me. But at least I got my senses. So I will not let it tense me. For I still got my senses. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passer. Take it to the face, to outer space, I'm blasted. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. This one is personal, but yo, thanks for asking. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. Take it to the face, to outer space, I'm blasted. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. This one is personal, but yo, thanks for asking.
Now don't get me wrong, I like to share with everybody, but this time I ain't getting my spliff wet and soggy. I'm thinking so clearly, but seeing so foggy. I don't do drugs, I am drugs, Salvador Dali. I'ma take this one to the dome. I'ma smoke this all on my own. Roll your own this time, leave me alone, cause you never around when the weed is gone. Kiss some cushion paper, roll your own joint on some solitude and smoke. That's my whole point. Opportunists always looking for a split to exploit. Everyone would have their own homegrown if it was my choice. I gotta flame up and hold a meditation. If you try to hit this, you fucking up the rotation. Somehow every occasion, you know when loud blazing pop up out of nowhere, but you ain't part of this equation.
Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. Take it to the face, to outer space, I'm blasted. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. This one is personal, but yo, thanks for asking. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. Take it to the face, to outer space, I'm blasted. Puff, puff, no pass, puff, puff, no passing. This one is personal, but yo, thanks for asking.
This is not a
Higher than the sky, that's some up every day. Dinala. Higher, higher, higher than the sky. Now I'm afraid to show, cause we not shy. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
forever praise. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Forever paid and forever blaze. No joke, I get it in bulk. Green is all I need, incredible hope. Ganja edibles and immeasurable smoke. From my fire chalice, make a vampire choke. Get higher every day, launch like a catapult. The medical grade, no chemical dope. As long as we grow, I can never go broke. No lean, no Molly, I never know coke. Just me and Mary Jane and holy matrimony. She always there for me, never acting phony. The grass is growing, ass is blowing. New cash rolling, old cash still holding. Fat split rolling, fat whip rolling. Talking shit, get a fat lip swollen. Green, golden, purple, potent. Higher every day, yo, we ganja smoking. Smoke weed every day. 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 Forever paid and forever blaze. Yeah. Every day me highlight when bird a fly. I'm in a press me go tell the world a why. We alone, in a my supply. And a time, if we sell not like true like we burger buy. No coke, no crack on the corner. Don't give me nothing when no green like iguana. 10 times a day we have to visit the farmer. Fi request medical marijuana. Yeah, that's a smoke like Peter touch. And I learn not to listen to the preacher much. So even when I laugh, preacher done, me still a smoke and give ya trust. Yeah. As I smoke from day to day, I smoke just to take my pain away. One by one, me put me problem in a ashtray, so I'll never be afraid now to say, I smoke weed every day, smoke weed every day, smoke weed every day. Forever paid, forever praise. Smoke weed every day, smoke weed every day, smoke weed every day.
Welcome back to 30 and Up Doing Us Facebook group on Facebook. Make sure you go follow us. We here at IntellectualRadio.com. Call in. The number is 223-8953. The number again is 708-223-8953. The topic I want to talk about now is chivalry dead? I think by dating again in Chicago in my age bracket from 25 to 35, I think chivalry is frowned upon in a sense. I think chivalry is frowned upon because we have some men that don't even understand the concept of actual dating. They just want to get straight into courting a woman. They don't want to go in and they don't want to work for it. For me, per se, I'm the type of dude, if I like you and I'm with you, I'm going to pursue you. I'm going to go in. I'm going to make sure I'm focused solely on you. A lot of people in my age bracket, they date a lot of people at one time. For me, I date one person at a time because I believe that you cannot fully understand a person or know if a person has the tools or the requirement or if they even equally yoke enough for you to pursue them to the point of being in a relationship. So I like dating one person at a time to see if they got all those things and all those intangible things that I need for me as a man that I need in a strong black woman. Going into detail as far as the do's and the don'ts of relationships, I think the do's for me, I'm gonna pay if I'm on the date. I want to pay for my woman, especially if it's the first date. A lot of dudes, they want to go Dutch, they want to do 50-50, not me. I like to do pay for the date one time or whatever, or we can pay for one date and then next time she'll pay. I'm fine with that. I don't want to seem like a male chauvinist up here, but at the end of the day, like for the first date, I want to pay for that. I'm gonna open the doors up for you. I'm gonna open your chair like fires, bring it out, pull it out for you, and I'm gonna sit you down in it nicely. I'm gonna push you back up into it. I'm gonna do all the little things that women lack in a man now. Like a lot of men don't even do those little things that we was taught as men to come up for y'all. But it's a lot of things I see from women too. A lot of women can be so independent to where if a guy is doing nice things for them, it's kind of like they being thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm complimenting a woman I supposed to be thirsty. Like I don't understand that concept in this new era right now. Even though I'm from this era, I was raised the old school way, but I don't understand that. It's just certain things. Like I normally see a lot of women going after the bad guy and the tough guy. They really don't go after the nice guys. And I normally see dudes going after the bad women all up in the club, shaking their butt on social media. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's your lifestyle. But far as for me and the type of man I am, that's not my lifestyle. So I don't look for that. I believe in you attract people towards you of how you actually want to be. So if I actually want to be something or be a certain way in life and I want to carry myself a certain way, I'm not going to look for the opposite, Going into do's and don'ts. I think for dudes as a man, you want to keep the conversation going. A lot of times I hear from women that I'm conversating with, even at shows or wherever I'm at, they always bring up that men don't know how to keep a conversation going. I think that's the key of being passionate about a topic, bringing it up, talking about it, keeping it going, and keep her interested, and not just talk about sex. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about stuff that you're passionate about. Talk about the sports world. Talk about something that you want to do in your spare time, like traveling. Talk about things that matters to you. Talk about family or how you is in church if you go to church or whatever religion you are. Long as you got a common bond, find that common bond and grow on that and keep that going. A lot of don't be grabbing on a woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't grab on a woman. Make sure she comfortable with you first. Don't be so quick to be that, oh, give me a hug type of dude. Every woman ain't gonna want to hug you. Every woman ain't gonna be open to that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of don'ts for women too. Like, don't necessarily assume that I supposed to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we on a date, but don't necessarily assume that he gonna pay because I've been on dates or saw couples on a date while I'm on a date, and a dude like, well, I only brung enough for me. Always make sure you have enough money for you to pay for it, just in case dude might switch up on you and go south, and he might want to do Dutch on the first date and didn't tell you. So always be prepared when you're going on dates. Another don't for women. For women, don't try to sugarcoat how you eat. Like men love the fact that you're a real woman. You got your own appetite. Don't be one of those princey women that prince around your food. No, eat your food the way you want to eat because we looking at how you eat while we with you. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be at home versus how you gonna be, period. Just be yourself on the date. Don't try to sugarcoat a lot of stuff that you guys be doing. Always keep it going, always keep it flow. For y'all, I would say for women, another don't press a man like far as pressure him. We don't like to be pressured. You know what I'm saying on the day. When I say pressure, don't bring up topics that will push us away. Like don't ask about marriage on the first date. That's a no-no. You know what I'm saying? Like always talk about things that you're interested in and things that you want to have fun with and get a feel on how he is with his family first before you even talk about marriage. But a lot of dudes I think women should do. I think a lot of women are overly aggressive. You can be passive aggressive without being totally submissive. You know what I'm saying? And you can still stroke our ego because I can attest to every man I know we want our ego stroked just like you guys want y'all ego stroked. When y'all putting on that pretty dress and y'all going out and y'all ask us, babe, how we look? You know what I'm saying? We gotta, oh babe, you look good today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to stroke our egos as well. And then on the first day, that's the key. For us, we visual audio learners. So everything that y'all say and how y'all act and y'all mannerism is key to keeping us around. Versus a lot of women, they want y'all to be out here and they want you to show them, you know what I'm saying? It's all about action versus words sometimes. Yeah, they want to hear what you got to say, but it's all about the action that you putting into it. We're going to take another break. Make sure you guys call in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We gon' make a move. We gon' make a move. We gon' make a move. We gon' make a move tonight. We gon' make a move tonight. We gon' make a move. We gon' make a move. We gon' make a move tonight. We gon' make a movie tonight. I'm so gon' do it right. We gon' make a movie tonight. Chop up a name. I wanna take you out this love and take it back to my place. And touch on you in these words. Girl, listen to what I'm saying. Wanna lay you on this king bed and give your ass some deep head. Your legs got me in a headline. I love it when you on time. Now turn around and now step back. Now turn around. Let's get it cracking like a chiropractor. Turn around, let me beat it up. Focus on the top, I'ma heat it up. Like a motor truck, get it on the cook my style. Sex makes you make it drive me crazy. Cause you ain't got no action lately, baby. These movies I'm producing, baby. And these extra minutes give you credit. We gon' make a movie tonight. I'm so gon' do it right. We gon' make a movie tonight. Stop on us, baby. I wanna take you out this love and take it back to my place and touch on you in these words. Girl, listen to what I'm saying.
I know this weapon so lethal on GTD when I see you. It's like I can't live without it. I'm a stoner and you referring. I just wanna smoke it down. Oh baby, you make me wanna choke it down. I heard the black of the berry, you feel the sweeter the juice. And then I'ma research your body, cause I'm exploring the proof. And I just want you in my bed. Oh baby, I just want you in my bed. Knowledge of your needs, pulling on your triggers, heating everything between. I can launch your Oreo and lick up all the cream. Ice cream straw on Paris, baby, I can set the scene. Fulfilling all your dreams.
We gon' make a movie tonight. I'm so gon' do it right. We gon' make a movie tonight. Stop up us, baby. I wanna take you out this place and take it back to my place and touch on you in these words. Girl, listen to what I'm saying. Hold on. Girl, you know I fold you like a table. I told you I'm a monster off that Quavo. Like these movies, once you on my cannon. EOS. Like Spanish is Spanish, is Saudi. EOS. Make your body like water and let it fall. Girl, you know that I love when you wind it slow. Yeah. And when we done, watch the movie again. We gon' make a movie tonight. Promise I'm gon' do it right. We gon' make a movie tonight. Stop calling us, baby. I wanna take you out this place and take it back to my place and touch on you in this world. Girl, listen to what I'm saying.
All right, welcome back to 30 and Up Doing Us Facebook group here at iHeartIntellectualRadio.com. The number is 708-223-8953. Again, the number is 708-223-8953. I want to talk about another topic that prolonged and go with the last topic that I brought up. Uh, can a woman turn off a man by being too independent? I would say personally, yes. A woman can turn off a man. Like, how you gonna ask and pray for, like, Father God, I want a good man. I want this, I want that. He got to do this and that. But then turn around and you too independent to let that man be a man. Now, granted, he might not be the man that you need him to be off back. You might have to work with him a little bit because you got to mold each other and you got to grow with somebody to actually be that man that you need him to be. But at the end of the day, you can't just be like, oh, I'm finna do everything myself. And also, I know it's men out here that's too stubborn and too hard headed to listen to their women. Now, in the comment section on the group, I want y'all to type in when I post this, can the man turn off a woman? Because I can only speak from a man's perspective. But I know we can be stubborn at times as men to not listen to y'all. I have y'all needs met as well. But I believe in a relationship is give and take. If both parties is both giving, I think it'll work. You know what I'm saying? It can be everlasting. It can be worth y'all while if both of y'all giving 100% or 110%. Y'all both getting what y'all want out of it and y'all both growing. And always, for me, I'm gonna keep God first. I don't know what religion y'all is. If y'all listening, whatever y'all grounded or whatever y'all foundation is, always keep that. But again, to go back into the topic of some of the signs that I've seen that some women can be too independent on, like a lot of women lack patience. Like a lot of women want stuff to happen right then and there. And that's fine. Stuff should be able to happen when you want it to be, but sometimes if you just wait just a little bit longer, that man might be able to pay that bill, or that man might be able to cut that grass when he get off work or whatever. But a lot of women, they want stuff happen right then and there, like in the blink of an eye, and that's all good for that to happen. Because some men, we want that as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a man. I want stuff to happen when I want it to happen. But also by growing and being who I am today, I know that oh, Tyson just came in. We're gonna take a break.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We gon' make a move, we gon' make a move, we gon' make a move. So we gon' make a movie tonight. We gon' make a movie tonight. We gon' make a movie. We gon' make a movie. We gon' make a movie tonight. We gon' make a movie tonight. I'm so gon' do it right. Make a movie tonight. Love me. I wanna take you out this love and take it back to my love and touch on you in these words. Girl, listen to what I'm saying. You want is king and give you ass some deep head.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry about the what's up, 30 and up doing us. What's up? IntellectualRadio.com. This is comedian and songwriter Tyson Smith, my lovely wife Mariah, and my boy Pat, man. Pat was holding it down. Sorry about the show, man. We got twisted around in traffic. Our apologies about that. We are outside of Chicago for no reason, following the stupid GPS. So once again, I apologize for the untimeliness of me showing up and my wife because she was riding the car with me. Yeah. Yelling at me the whole time, this don't look right, this don't look right. It didn't look right after a certain extent, but once we figured that out, it was all the way east on Roosevelt and had to take the streets here. So my apologies once again. But Pat, how you been doing today, man?
I've been doing good, man.
Yeah, once again, sorry for putting you out like that. See, and thank you for holding it down for the meantime, man. What you was talking about before we got on up in here, man?
Man, I don't even know what I was talking about. No, I was talking about different topics. Like I wrote some down, do's and don'ts of the relationship.
Okay.
What guys need to do. We need to bring back, paying on the first day. We need to bring back opening up doors, bring back chivalry.
Okay.
Been dead. And then I've been talking about the do's and don'ts, as far as the don'ts of what women shouldn't do and what men shouldn't do.
Okay. Well, that's a good subject to be on. Being a habitual marrier myself, and my lovely wife being here, Miss Mariah. Any things you would say is a don't in a relationship besides the obvious of cheating, I guess.
Different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yep.
All right. Well, the one thing we've encountered in our relationship, like I discussed last time I was up here, was like she don't like if I come in late. You know what I'm saying? She knows I hate if she comes in late or whatever the case might be.
Tell them how you act.
I act like a fool. I already discussed that, man. I go Superman, I go Incredible Hulk on somebody if they come in at that 3:01 time, and you got to come in on time in this relationship. Now, with me specifically, what gets on your nerve in terms of the things that I do?
What gets on your nerves?
Yeah, or gets on your nerve? Anything that I do to get on your nerve?
Yeah, you do a lot of stuff to get on my nerves.
Such as?
When you come in late,
you're
loud, all you hear is dum, dum, dum. Like everybody not asleep. I'm like, hello, we're asleep.
I just want to tell you about my day. That's all.
No, 3:01 in the morning. I don't think so. You loud. Yeah. The dog's barking because you loud. Well, you throw your stuff everywhere. You turn on all the lights.
Well,
yeah.
My apologies about that. Now, see, in our relationship, as far as like chivalry goes, I think when you get with somebody so long, you might start getting a little lax about things in terms of like opening doors and doing things of that nature. But I think once a person checks you on it and brings you back to where you're supposed to be, let them know this, that, or the other is lacking. If you're any type of good quality person, you'll try to get yourself back in tune on things. Whether it's financial, sexual, anything else. Because, man, we can get lazy with stuff, man, when you're in a relationship for a long, long time, man. You know what I'm saying? You start taking things for granted. And I think that's why so many people do venture out and go cheat. They want that new feeling again. When you first meet somebody, you're doing everything for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You giving them that representative that, hey, I really want to be there in your world. And I think when you be with somebody for so long that you just start maybe taking things for granted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, one thing I discussed with my wife, like in our household, I say you trip about the little stuff. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that, she's like, you left hair in the sink because, shave my beard and things of that nature. And I'm like, this is something little. The lights are on, though. For you to see the hair in the sink. The water is running. This, that, the other. You don't really. I tell her, hey, you ain't got too much to complain about, so you complain about this little
paper towels in the bathroom, but you don't use them. You just let the water drip all over the floor from your hands.
Well,
yeah, I don't like that.
But see, I'm an ice cube kicker. I don't know what you do in your household, but when ice cube fall on the ground, I don't necessarily pick it up because my mentality is it's gonna dry up itself anyway.
I be going off because that drives me nuts.
I just kick it down.
When I see that little puddle, that little line, I'm like, what the hell?
And her thing that I can't stand. She like to leave drawers open all the time.
Oh yeah.
Which I can't. I don't understand them. Oh my God.
I be forgetting sometimes.
Yeah. So, what I'm saying, running into stuff, running into open drawers and things of that nature. But what I had to understand, with her not working, she works at the house. That's her job, primarily. I'm not talking about, she's a stay-at-home mom, you know what I'm saying? So I have to respect her territory in terms of, at home, you've been working all day to keep it clean. And now here comes somebody messing it all up. So I guess, it is magnified when you've been busting your butt trying to keep things together. And then somebody nonchalant, because I'm very nonchalant, they'll tell you I don't do anything around the house.
He don't do nothing.
I don't do the dishes. I don't do the clothes. And nothing.
Wait, let me tell him about that. So he called himself washing one day. I noticed. I'm like, what are whites? He done added the colors and the whites together and messed up my top.
Stuff that don't make
my expensive top was pink and it was white. Oh, I was livid. I went off. I told him, you're done. No more washing clothes for you or washing dishes. He washed all the dishes together, the glasses with the plates. We don't do that. Glasses first. My glasses was greasy. You cut off. You don't do nothing. Just work. That's it.
You wash the dishes. You wash the glass with the plate.
Yes, he did. Yes,
like
he did.
when you so disconnected from something for so long,
you learn
you
that
forget how to do
at the
certain
age of
stuff.
5.
That's not like riding a bike.
Times I got slapped over my head.
Man,
that's what I said. I said you learned that at 5.
Let me tell you something, man. She a little drill sergeant, man.
Yeah, I don't play.
Man. It's like some of the stuff I don't even understand what I have done
Don't
wrong.
play.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. No, they don't let me. They don't let me do anything when it comes to cleaning around the house. They say I at least stuff messed up with the dishes and everything.
Yep.
Oh man. So that's a good subject. Can a woman come off as being basically too independent for a man in so many words?
I think yeah.
Yeah. I think what's happened, and this relationship is unique, but I think women are very empowered. There's nothing definitely wrong with that. A lot of things, just trying to get things 50-50 with equality. But back in the day, yeah, I think I did run into a couple of women, man. They maybe they was just really career orientated at the time. It's kind of really hard to say, but man, they come off like sometimes a woman comes off so much like she's so independent that she don't even need you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even need you emotionally. You know what I'm saying? So they're so caught up in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think personally for me, I know I need a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's good to be a career woman. It's good to be whatever type of woman that you want to thrive to be. But you need to realize that you do need a man. You know what I'm saying? You need that significant other.
Yeah. To balance things
out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, this also brings us to the subject of, let me ask you a question, like, as far as a woman bringing up a child, do you think sometimes, do you think a woman can bring up, I want to say this as safely as possible, can she raise a young man up to be a full young man?
No.
Without the help of a father?
Because I can't raise a woman up to be a full woman.
Well, my mother did it with 4 kids on her own. I have 3 brothers, and they turned out just fine.
Well, 2 of them did. 2 of them
That's good, but it's certain situations.
Yeah, I understand that, but every father can't be there.
Every father, I get that, and they should be there.
Yeah, they should.
And me speaking as a black man, I want to be there for my kids.
Right.
But as a man, it's certain things my mother couldn't teach me that I had to learn on my own.
Yeah,
now, did she do a good job on guiding me to the right direction?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
But did she do a good job on completely telling me everything a man has to deal with? Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, because she can't tell you.
But it amazes me, any child that doesn't have their father in their life and knows, how hurtful that was, how they can go and not be in their own kid's life, which I just can't understand. To me, why would you want to pass that on to another generation, knowing how much it harmed you mentally to go through some of those things? Now, me, I had a father who was in my life. He had his issues at times, this, that, the other. I know my wife, we were just discussing that in the car. Her father had issues at times, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we love them, you know what I'm saying? You can go ahead. You don't want to tell the story, which is just telling me in the car?
No.
You can tell him that. God rest his soul. No. Rest his soul, Jeffrey. Just tell him, no, you want to talk about the cell phone?
I bought him a cell phone and keep in contact with him. I called him one day. Some man answered the phone. Yeah, what up? What you mean? Yeah, what up? I was like, where's Jeff? It's my phone now. Oh, okay. So I called. I went to his house to find out what happened with the cell phone, which I knew he was gonna lie. Where the cell phone at? I lost it. Lies. I said I called the cell phone. The man told me that you gave it to him. I don't know what you're talking about, daughter. Really? Mm-hmm. I said, okay. I said, you're not getting another one. I can tell you that.
See, we both, and I put myself out there, we both dealt with parents at times had issues, you know what I'm saying? Had those issues, you know what I'm saying? My father, with his issues, and, he's still here, so I watch the things that I'm about to say. But he was always there for me. How his issues affected me, I would just say it was disappointing. You know what I'm saying? That I had a role model I really looked up to that fell into some things that, kind of affected me as a child. I think it affected my brother a little bit more than it did me because I was the 16 through 18 dealing with those sort of things, and I was in my own busy world, so I didn't have to really pay much attention to it. My father was totally functional, and there's a lot of people out here are totally functional, can go to a job every day. You know what I'm saying? But they still got other issues, if you could read between the lines, you know what I'm saying, going on. And as a child, you know what I'm saying, you're looking at your number one role model, which is your dad. So with that all being said, in some instances, maybe it's good the father wasn't in your life. You know what I'm saying? In some instances, if your father was going to be that destructive to how you're going to grow it up, maybe teaching you how to gang bang, maybe teaching you how to sell drugs and beat on women, things of that nature. Maybe in some instances, only God knows that maybe it was better that certain people are not present in your life. So I guess, just to play devil's advocate, it's a 50-50 thing. You can see that from two different perspectives. Even with our dads having issues, we all grew up just fine. I think, you can use some of those issues and say, these are some of the things that I don't want to be when I grow up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you just hope that you're a better father to your children after learning from the mistakes that your parents made. Would you say, like, was there anything with you when you are parenting or want to become a parent, or that your parents did to you that you say you ain't gonna do with your children?
I actually was. I believe I was raised a decent way.
Okay.
So everything that my parents did to me, I want to do for my kids.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't raised with my father per se,
Okay.
but I met my father at the later years of my life. But I had father figures.
Okay.
But the way my mom and grandmother raised me, I want to pass that same value on to my kids.
Yeah. See, in my world, I used to think my mom was way too strict when I was growing up, but then now that I realize, being 40 years old, that saved me from a whole lot of stuff, man. And just like the kids that was able to go around the neighborhoods doing whatever they wanted, and I envied them when I was younger. Like, man, why can't I go and why can't I stay out past the street lights? He can all the time. His daddy let him do this, that, and the other, man. His daddy always giving him money, this, that, and the other, man. The one person I can think of that his father always giving him money became a drug addict. Later on in life, you know what I'm saying, and his parents found out from giving him money. They was like, I remember very specifically coming into his house one day, just to revisit. I hadn't seen him in 6 or 7 years, and his father said, I don't know what type of habit he has that costs $20 a day, but I'm done with it. So I was like, man, you just think back, you look and you envy people and just think, man, like, grass is so much greener on the other side, how they got it growing up. But man, sometimes just being spoiled like that and given whatever, you don't have no good character to yourself, and you are prone to just be swayed in any direction when it comes to bad influences in your life. So, but just thank God, man, we have parents in our life that were really taking care of us. And man, shout out to my mom, man. I really appreciate it. Seemed like my mother, she was more of the vocal person, and my dad was the finisher, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. In my world, you know what I'm saying? If it had to go to level 5 with my father, you knew you was getting a spanking in, because he was so laid back, man. It was like my father gave me a total of 6 whoopings in my entire lifetime, but I think I remember all 6. And I always remember his one famous line. He said, on every single whooping, I'm going to whoop you until my arm gets tired. I'll never remember the end of any of those whoopings at all. But you, Mariah, your mom was your disciplinary. She didn't my
mama didn't play at all.
Hey, tell them about that time with the dishes in school.
Man, I was a cheerleader. My brother was on the football team. I was supposed to perform at the assembly. I was all excited. My first assembly. We got these call slips. Says, come home immediately. Something happened. Me and my brother running home to get here to see what happened. You know what my mama said? Oh, wash them dishes and take out that garbage. She called us home from school to wash dishes and take out the garbage. Oh, I was livid. Man, when we got done, she sent us back to school. And guess what? The assembly was over. Oh, I was livid. I was so mad at her. I was mad. She didn't care. Man. She said, it's going to keep on happening. She did not play.
Hey, tell them about when you was trying to play like you wanted some glasses. She had this fascination. She loved glasses to this day, putting glasses on her face.
I wanted some glasses. I don't know what I was thinking about. I wanted some glasses. Just some regular glasses.
Wearing glasses and stuff.
Regular glasses. So I wanted some glasses. I was acting like this in school. I couldn't see the chalkboard. I'm squinting my eyes. The lady was like, read that. I was like, I can't see that. They called me down to the office. They called my mother. Now, and my mama have to come to that school for you. It's gonna be trouble. They came down there. It was like, do you know your daughter can't see and she need glasses? My mama was like, oh, really? Took me to the eye doctor. The lady said, read that board. You know all the letters up there? I was like, F, C, D. My mama said, look up upside my head. I said, A, F, G, A, P, G, Z. She was not playing with you at all. She was like, she don't need no glasses. I would just pretend that. But my mama did not play. And after we left there, I got a good old whooping.
Yeah, man. My parents never spared the rod on me, man.
My mama didn't play.
Hey, you know what, though? It's so funny because I can see both ends of the argument in terms of discipline. Some parents don't think you should whoop your kids, and some parents do. Me, myself, I got whoopings as a kid, but I think it made me a better person, me personally.
I do too.
For me as well, I got whoopings as a kid. I remember one time my grandmother was called up to the school. I had acted a fool all day. I cut this one girl hair. I'm running around like I'm an Indian, like I scalped you. Next thing you know, my grandmother came in the door, hit me in my eye. I'm thinking somebody hit me for real. I'm finna get up and fight.
Right.
My sister come in the door. She pregnant at the time, so you know everything is over dramatic when you got your emotions involved and you're pregnant.
Right.
So you finna hit grandma. I'm telling the family. I balled back up. My grandmother stumping me out like she Kirk Franklin, stomping me in the ground, and I'm just up there like I know I'm finna fight every day from this point on because I got stumped by my grandma.
In front of the kids.
In front of the whole class, man.
Yeah.
But that actually saved my life though.
Yeah.
Because I was running with some people who wasn't good for me at that time. And then when that happened, they saw that and they was like, that ain't cool. We can't ride with you.
Right.
And that changed my life. Like incidents like that helped mold me to who I am today. It changed my life.
Yeah.
So by me getting that experience on the do's and don'ts of learning proper classroom etiquette, and don't act an ass all the time in class, actually mold me into being more responsible, actually mold me into actually caring about other people's feelings before I even actually say anything.
Yeah. Well, me in school, I had a horrible experience in grammar school because my mother, as well as 3 of my aunts, have all taught me at some point. So I went to Beasley for a minute. My aunt was up there. Anytime I acted bad, they was just, go to your aunt's class. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, go to Jean's class, man. And then my mom, man, dude, she was my substitute teacher so many times. She was a day-to-day sub, man. So it you know what I'm saying? They would call her to different schools. It's been very frequently she was my sub, and she wasn't my mom in class. She was like, "Hey, mom, I am Mrs. Smith."
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? She did not play
she didn't play
at all, man. I had my Aunt Chris in class.
You couldn't do nothing in class.
No, I could not do nothing in school. Everybody cutting school, this, that, and do. The first time I ever cut school, I was a senior in high school. It was like a week ago left. That's how spooked they had.
That's unfortunate.
Dude. Everybody, dude, I can remember times in school, it was like only 5 of us there, like the nerds, man. Like, I wasn't going nowhere.
I mean, I'm not saying it's unfortunate as it's a bad thing, but it's certain times when, like, the whole school.
Yeah, you want to experience it.
You know what I'm saying? Like in 8th grade, we all had a 8th grade graduation ditch day.
Yeah.
You also have a freshman year, end of the year ditch day. We had in my high school, we had a lot of stuff. Like I went to Morgan Park. We had I Know You Didn't Day. We had Class Clown. We had Twin Day.
Okay.
We had different stuff like that. And then we even had like end of the year ditch day. So he probably couldn't even participate in that.
Hey, check it. I went to Morgan Park too, and I graduated in '96. And I'm gonna tell you something that you younger than me, Pat, so you wouldn't know about this. In the year 1994, I want to say it was either 94 or 95. We had to kick you out of school if you're 16 and in a gang day. I swear to God, dude. We went to school one day. Anybody from Morgan Park who graduated with me knows what I'm talking about. They had a day that we all went to school. This one particular day. It was like in August, or it was in October or November. We all was at school. It was about 30 guys in front of the school. What happened was this particular day, they said if you were over 16 and if you had been a problem at the school, a continuous problem, they are kicking you out of school that day. And everybody was going to school like normal, had nowhere home. They was just sitting out in front. All the gangbangers, all the little GDs was hanging out outside. They couldn't go back to school. So you got to go home and explain to your parents why you were permanently expelled from the school.
That's wild.
Dude, it was a wild event, man. I'll never forget that. My mom went to Morgan Park too, man. You know what I'm saying? So my whole family, man, kind of pretty much went through that school. But man, hey, I appreciate a lot of stuff parents did when we were younger, and we really need some of that today. I mean, it's like now we're in a day and age where everybody's scared to touch the kids and touch on it, as far as disciplining the kids. Well, actually, I think they said is it Texas. They're having people sign waivers.
Yeah, they got waivers and they bringing back whippings in school.
They
so now the teachers can whip you in school in Texas now. Some of them, it ain't even really waiver schools. Like in black urban communities, they can just do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. I mean, really, you need that, though.
We do need that.
Yeah, you do need that.
Early on, before they stopped whippings, I got paddled in school.
Yeah.
I did, too. I was crying.
The last time I remember was like, I was in first grade. That was like the last time they probably hit people in school that I remember. You got whoopings in school?
I got a whooping before. I got a stick at lunch. You get a stick, that means you getting a paddle. I got that little stick. I had to go to that office. It did kind of find out the principal was related to me. She tore my butt up, boy. I was like, man, I was hurting.
Hey, I know it's probably happened to you. Your mom ever discipline you? Besides your grandmother, your mom ever discipline you at school?
Other than parents teaching conference and picking up a report card, no.
My mama did.
My dad, I remember he came up to the school, and this teacher, Miss Gant, the English teacher, she was fine. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, she was fine back in the day. Oh, she dropped a dime on me so heavy with my dad, and my dad was just looking. My dad never had eyes for no other woman. As when I was growing up with my mom or whatever, he always stared at my mom, and you would just think she's Cinderella. I knew this teacher was fine, and I think that particular day he took a vacation for a couple of hours, and she was talking to him because dude looked at me like, oh, I'm about to tear you up, bro. He totally went in on me, man, at school, man, and I didn't act up after that at all. But man, that was like the fear. Being very fearful of my parents ever disciplining me at school because I saw what happened to other kids at school, man. Right. It's really hard to live down, man, when you got stuff like that going on, man. But hey, Mariah, so let me ask you a question. You never go to your class reunions. I noticed that. What is there a particular reason why?
I don't want to see them.
You don't want to see them?
No.
What about you, Pat? You go to your class reunions?
I haven't been, but I know I want to go to the next one. The last class reunion, I was in Texas, and I couldn't commute because I had to work.
Oh, okay.
So the next one, I definitely want to go.
I like to go to your class reunions, though.
Yeah.
Tell them what happened the last one.
Don't sound good.
No, it wasn't terrible. Mm-hmm. You're going to make these girls up. So it's so funny. I went to my 20-year class reunion. I took my wife there. So she dresses a little wild sometimes, you might know. Anyway, so she came with me to the little event the day before. It was like a little social event.
It was 80s. You had to dress in
80s theme event. She was dressed pretty nice, you know what I'm saying? So then the next day we go to the little dinner.
Wait a minute. They 80s theme. I wasn't dressed 80s. I'm not good at following the rules. I was dressed up, but they was in their 80s outfits because I have to be the one that stands out.
So anyway, that day we all were giving forms to fill out to pick the most whatever, the cutest, who got a good job now, career, athletic, or whatever the case might be. Next day, there was announcing the winners, okay?
It was at a dinner.
Dude, it was at a dinner up north. I will never forget this. So I wanted to get the most the comedy thing or whatever they had going on. They gave that to Sean Morgan. Shout out to Sean Morgan. You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the game for a long time. Me and Sean, we graduated with each other. That's my comedy brother. You know what I'm saying? We've helped each other out on numerous things. So yeah, he well deserved that award. They gave me, which I didn't mind, the most athletic. And in high school, dude, I was in no sports things or whatever. So it meant a lot to be like what 36, 38, and them giving you a award like that. But this is the part that caused a little controversy. My wife did not go to Morgan Park High School. All right. She went to
Joliet Central.
Joliet Central, though. That little jail-looking college thing.
College?
Yeah, the jail college.
It's the biggest school in the world. Don't get it twisted.
Biggest school in Joliet. Okay.
The world.
Anyway.
Google it.
They said, well, we have a little problem here. We what was the award for? What?
Fitness.
Fitness. They was right. It was like for some reason the person who got awarded the most fit female never attended Morgan Park High School. The guys all picked her.
I was eating my food. I started choking.
Dude, hey, if you want to see girls that you ain't seen in 20 years look like they hate somebody,
Ooh.
Okay, so just think about that for a second.
They did not
You
like
bring
me.
your wife to the class reunion after 20 years. The guys don't pay attention to none of the females that are there to say, give them credit for being athletic. They give a girl who never went to Morgan Park. All these guys filled out and put her name, and she ain't never went to the school. And keep in mind, you weren't here for the last show, but I was telling Wanda that my wife gave me a fake name, when we met. So they did research on top of that because apparently they wrote the name on all these forms or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So she got voted the most fit. So they told her, we can't give you, we just want to we have to honorary mention you. We can't give you the award because you never went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Then they gave it to some other girl on default, which had to really, really hurt.
That's messed up.
I'm saying? The women weren't talking to her no more after that.
Oh, they did not like me. I was getting
Oh man, bro.
I was getting the looks and the smacks.
They went on. Hey, remember they didn't let you in the washroom?
They ain't let her in the washroom.
Oh, I was knocking on the door. They saw who I was, opened up the door and closed the bag. I said, what are they doing? They showed it. They left me out there in the hall.
That's messed up.
Y'all was petty that day. But I still love y'all.
Then I was recording him because they asked him to come up there and he was doing a little comedy sketch.
All right.
Tell them what you did.
I went on stage. I did a little 5-minute set off the head, and I said, "Hey, shout out to see y'all after all these years." And I said, "I know when they picked my wife out to be the most fit, some of y'all was like, F that, V, you know what I'm saying?"
They always clapping,
and I said, "F that V too," I was trying to be funny.
They went into an uproar. Everybody, hey!
I'm like, hold on,
that's how y'all really feel.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody, it was extra happy.
Oh my God, they was happy, man.
They did not like me.
Hey, you know what's so funny in relationships, and especially when you got a relationship that's on social media like ours, man. It's like a reality show, right? And people are waiting for the drama so bad.
Yes.
I put out the song that breakup song that I keep playing, Better Without You. I can't tell you how many times I can show you comments on Facebook where people honestly think this is a true song that we have broken up. A girl put under there like, so y'all done, right? Or whatever.
Right, hold on, boy. You will not be taking my place.
People are waiting, man.
You will not be taking my place. Hold on.
So addicted to drama, man. It makes no sense, man.
They so crazy.
That's why. Hey, we was just listening to Charlamagne the God on the way up here. He was talking. Who was he talking about? The two girls that were selling marijuana lace edibles at the church. Did you hear about
got
that?
arrested? Yeah.
Yeah, they got arrested.
Crazy.
He was talking about that, and then he made this comment. He was like, "Well, you try to figure out who told on you." He said you was trying to figure out if it was the FBI. Yes, it was the FBI, Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
Man, it's so crazy, man. People trick on themselves so bad on the internet, man, constantly, man. Especially these young guys, man, because I got Instagram, and I see them with guns. I see them smoking drugs.
Making videos.
I don't understand. It's like people don't even expect to ever get a job. You don't think that people are going to look back at your social media history and see what you've been doing online, you know what I'm saying? And I watch what I do online. Some people might not think so, but I rarely will have a drink in my hand. I'm not going to be doing anything illegal because that's kind of permanent. You never know who's screenshotting it.
Right.
There's so much technology. You can swipe a video. If you see it online, you can pretty much put it into your phone. There's programs out there for that. So you just got to watch what you post online. But man, these people, man, hey, you know what? Case in point. Social media can be a good thing. Social media could be a bad thing. But you remember the young lady who they found dead at the hotel last year?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people watched that video?
Millions on top of millions.
You know what I'm saying?
It was talked about in London. That's
crazy.
how big that story got. In London, they was talking about it.
That's crazy. And everybody played detective.
Right.
Everybody played detective.
Everybody.
We played detective.
Yep. They playing the clue game. And the friend did it. And they like, these people did it. The hotel did it. Everybody did it.
Yeah,
in everybody's eyes. And that was crazy to me.
Yeah, man. Shoot, people getting shot on Facebook Live.
Man.
Like they're giving actual postings on Facebook Live and actively getting shot, especially in Chicago,
Last summer, it was like 9 Facebook Live shootings.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Last summer in Chicago.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the biggest one was this dude at the corner store.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dark-skinned dude or whatever, had a hat on. And he went live. He's like, yeah, live. And a little kid said something. Then the car drove up. you can hear it and see it, and the only thing you hear is gunshots, and then he fall on the ground. I'm like, dang. And then the women crying in the background, like, no.
Yeah,
I'm
crazy.
like, that's devastating.
Yeah, that is devastating, man.
Then the family had to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what what. Speaking of families, gotta see that. I just don't understand why families post pictures of people at the funeral in the casket online. I never liked that at all.
I don't really like that either.
It's a lot of
That's
them
real
like that.
morbid, man. That's certain
They
things
have
I
they
don't.
no picture.
Oh yeah.
The new
Girl had it.
phenomenon is, I'm sorry, the
No,
new
go
new
ahead.
phenomenon is having people outside of the casket, like
Oh,
sitting
yeah,
in chairs
propped
and
up
stuff,
and
propped
stuff.
up.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
man,
someone in a
that's
chair.
too
Sit up like this.
Yeah, man.
that is too much for me.
Yeah, that's
Just put me in a casket or cremate me, have my picture right there. I'm good. I'm dead anyway, so I ain't gonna know.
See, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on one thing that you just said.
Cremate.
She already, because
Yeah,
she
you
said
know.
she could be cremated. I know they're gonna
I
need
told them
me.
save them coins.
They're gonna need me in the future, baby. They're gonna need
Oh,
Tyson.
Lord.
They're gonna bring me back. They don't need you. They will need me.
Look,
When the aliens
I-
come and they need a solver, that's gonna be me.
First of all, my ashes gonna be this tiny because of my height. It's gonna be this much of
Whatever.
ashes. I was like, I don't care. This much.
Whatever.
But I told him, I said, if you don't cremate me, I want a purple casket. I said, and I want my feet to show because everybody know I love shoes. I want my whole body.
Nah.
I want you to see my whole
No,
body, and
we
I
gotta
need
be
3
like a
outfit
wreath.
changes.
No, we
Yes.
ain't doing none of that.
I need 3
Have my
outfit
legs
changes.
crossed
Make
like
sure
a
you
wreath.
change my hair every outfit. She got to be cute.
I'm gonna get her a taller casket, a fresh outfit from J.C. Penney's.
JC Penney, you better
Yeah.
quit playing. No.
Yeah, it depends on what you know. That's what you gotta be nice to people. It just depends on what the last thing was said before you leave.
Yeah, and I'm
That
gonna bury
determines
you in
how
that brown suit.
be
you was
dressed.
talking about.
You know what I'm saying? And then we gotta figure out which one of your hats you want me to put on your head too.
3 different ones with my outfit changes.
No,
Let's go all be in the wheel.
You
She want to
tryna-
switch her wigs and everything.
You
Yeah.
trying to have a Aretha?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I like how she
First of
did
all,
that.
not too many women. Not too
Like
many
that.
women are coming to your funeral to begin
Oh
with.
yes, they are, because they want to make sure I'm dead. Because they don't like me. So they was like, let me make sure she dead because we don't like her.
That's funny.
It's a whole lot of them out there that don't like me. You don't like me, but your man do. But so the women gonna come because they want to make sure I'm dead, so
Wait,
they can step up.
And she said I'm not allowed to give away her clothing, man. That's
Oh
Oh no, absolutely not.
You can't take it with you.
That's okay. They not getting it either. Because I told him if I see anybody in my clothes, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. Hey.
don't-
Thank you. Hey, we're on IntellectualRadio.com, 708-223-8953. I want to thank Miss Wanda, Pat, Mariah, and
Yeah.
Mr. Earl Winfrey for having us on. We're a little bit over our time because we started late, and we appreciate the extra time that y'all gave us. Thank you, Pat, for holding it down while we were stuck in traffic being lost. Y'all have a wonderful day. What up, 30 and up doing us?
Thank you.
IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. Talk to you later.
We gon' make a movie tonight. We gon' make a movie tonight. We gon' make a movie.